Hello and welcome to my channel. Today's video I'm going to show you uses a simple layout which features this really beautiful designer paper in the background. I'm also going to make another video with a more masculine version of the same layout but a different focal image. And to keep the video short, I'm going to break these two videos into two parts. So let me move this out of the way because I don't want you to get confused yet. And I'm going to go through the materials to make this card first. Today the inks I'm going to be using is Candied Apple Distress Ink, Ladybug by Memento, and Bamboo Leaves by Memento. I'll also be using a little bit of ink blending, so I have a Ranger ink blending tool. And I also need a glitter pen, so this is a red Wink of Stella glitter brush. The stamps and dies I'm going to be using today is going to be the Itty Bitty Banners by Stampin Up and the coordinating die cuts Bitty Banners. I'm going to be using the Spellbinders Nestabilities Lacy ovals. I had this before and I've lost it somewhere in the house. I had to give up and buy another one after looking for months. And it's wherever this is, it was together with this. So I also had to replace this, which is Spellbinders Nestabilities ovals. The stamps that I'm using today is Mon Amour. I may have said that wrong. I don't speak French, sorry. By Hampton Art. I'm also going to be using some bows and some rhinestones. Okay, let me clear this out of the way and show you how to create this card. I forgot to mention I also, of course, need Versafine Onyx Black. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm bringing in my Misty tool and I've taken out the foam mat because these stamps are rubber stamps. So I need the extra room and I just have them temporarily on the door of my Misty. You need the smaller of the two white panels for this. And I'm going to stamp the focal image first. So I've already put it about where I need it to be, so I can speed this up. And I'm just using the rest of the Misty to hold my stamps. They're not there for any particular reason yet. So just give this a good stamping because there's a lot of intricate pieces to this picture and I want to make sure that all of them stamp. So I'm using my Misty, so if I don't get a good stamp impression, I can just stamp it again. But I'm pretty confident, yes, that I got a good one. So moving right along. This design is really, really fast. Move this out of the way. And now I have the Happy Birthday. I'm going to use this same white to get that also. So this is a little bit of paper saving techniques here, and you know I'm all about the paper saving. So I'm just going to stamp that on there. Okay, I'll set this aside. And where's my cleaner? And now I need the larger white piece. And the sentiment, quickly put that in place. Upside right, of course. Transfer it to the door. And again, if I don't get a good impression, I can just stamp it again with the stamp positioner tool. But this is not why I'm using my positioner tool. You'll see why in a quick moment, and I want that to be a little bit darker. The Y is not quite dark enough. Okay. Move this. Now, the stamp positioner tool I'm using because of this. This rose, I could just stamp it in one color, but it has the leaves and the rose, and I thought it would look much nicer if I did it in two tones. So I'm going to use my stamp positioner to help me get it just where I need it to be. Transfer it to the door. And the first thing I'm going to do is stamp the rose. So I'm going to go all over the rose area only with the ladybug. And then I'm going to take my rag and clean off the rose color which is on the leaves. Okay, just take a little bit, take your time and make sure you get it. And I'm going to grab a paper towel and make sure I didn't leave any moisture on that and transfer that to the paper. See how well I did. Pretty good. I'm happy with that. Okay, now I'm going to wipe the red off. Dry that real quick. And now I'm going to just go over the leaf section only with the green. Okay. Same thing again, this time getting the green off of the rose. Okay. And the stamp positioner will let me to stamp it right where the other impression was. Very good. I'm happy with that. Hope you can see that. There's a little bit of green here, but that's all right. We're going to live with that. I did a very good job on that. I'm happy. So let me put these away so I don't accidentally lose these, because I'm good for that. Okay, let me move this out of the way and move on to the rest of the card. The next step is going to be doing the die cutting. Now this is the mat for the card, this black area here, and I'm going to do some paper saving by using this mat to cut out this frame. The mat will be completely covered by the focal image, so this is a way that you can save some paper and no one will know what you did because it'll be well hidden. So I'm just going to quickly go through and take the die cut and make sure it is well within the edges of the edge of the paper so that you don't see it, because if you were to do it like for here, for example, of course this part will show along the edge, so you don't want to do that. So just line it up very quickly and just run it through. And I'm going to run it through 2 times because I know this particular die cut sticks a little bit. And this is brand new out the pack, so it's going to be a little bit particular coming out, but let's see. So you just poke it right through the holes here to free the die cut. So let me do that off camera. Okay, so now I have this. So this is my mat, which I'm just going to set aside here, and here is my die cut area, which took a little bit to get it out because it's brand new, but it came out. Now the next part is I'm going to cut out this shape and this shape using my other die cut and the Itty Bitty Banners. So let's set this aside for a second. This is very easy to do. You just line it up, this is a little bit wider than this die almost, so I'm just going to make sure that I get as much into it as I can, focusing on the head and the face area. And line this up and run it through. I think it needs to go down just a hair. Okay. There we go. And just pop that right out. Okay, you see that? Okay, and this is trash. Now, this die cut, this paper is going to be hidden behind all of this, and this is really nice paper, and I believe in trying to save when you can. So I'm going to take this same die cut oval and cut out the center of this, and then I will have this oval that I can use in something else. Just a little way to save some paper. But I have to be sure when I do this that it is going to be in the area that will be hidden by the die cut. And I'm pretty sure that that's a good place. And just run this through. Now this paper is a little thicker, so I'm going to have to run this through 2 times to make sure. I'm going to make it a 3rd time too to make sure it cuts the paper. Okay. Set this aside. There. Now, let me move this out of the way real quick. Now, to show you how this is going to work, we have the mat, which will be covered by the panel, and this will cover that. See? For those that thought that wasn't going to work, it will work. Okay, not ready for that yet, so let's set this aside. And we're going to bring the candy apple and the blending tool. This is a little piece I got. You're going to get this in another card design later. Set that aside for now. So I'm just going to take the edges and distress it a little bit, because I think it looks better than just the stark white edge. And I'm going to focus a little bit more on the bottom and also on the top. But of course you didn't have to do that way if you didn't want to. Okay. Now the rest of the card is just going to be really simply putting it all together. So I'm going to let the music run and assemble it. Okay, that's the finished card. I had a bit of a problem. I didn't realize that I was out of red bows in my bag. So this is a little pink, but I'm going to fix that later. I'm going to either try to find another red bow, or I'm going to take my marker and see if I can't redden that up a little bit. But I hope you like the card. Please stay tuned for the second part of this video, where I show how to create the more masculine version of the card. I'd like to thank my brother for the music that he provides for my channel, and I'd like to thank you for subscribing to my channel and encourage you to do so if you haven't. I am very thankful for all of the positive feedback I'm getting and all of the great comments. I read all of them and I reply to them also. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please take care and have a great day.